I'm Lloyd McDaniel, and I live in Carbondale, and I'm a World War II veteran.
Lloyd McDaniel was born on October 8, 1919 in Pulaski, Illinois. His family owned a small farm, and he grew up as the Roaring Twenties came to an end with the Great Depression. Lloyd did not face the same kind of racial discrimination as most African Americans of his day suffered because he lived in the rural community of Pulaski. His personal experiences with segregation began after he was inducted into the U.S. Army in June of 1942.
And the company was all black, you know, and except the officers, they were white. And we got along with them okay. We didn't have no trouble. They treated us real nice, and we treated them the same way. After we got in there, you know, got kind of used to being there.
Lloyd's company served in the Mediterranean theater of the war. One of his most memorable times was arriving in North Africa.
When we got to Africa, we had to get off on a boat. You know, I call them Jacob's ladder is what they were, I guess, and they'd swing way out from when you're getting out. And when we started down the ship would be moving, would be swinging like. And that ladder would go way out from the ship. Boy, you better hold on, 'cause I'm telling you.
Of the 2.5 million African Americans who registered for the draft in World War II, over 900,000 served in the U.S. Army. Most African American soldiers were never assigned to combat duty. Nearly 80% of African American males were assigned to service branches in the Army, such as the Quartermaster Corps, where they were responsible for manufacturing, transporting, and distributing supplies to troops.
I wasn't in the infantry. Now, the infantry was the fighting part. When I was in the Army, I was in the London Battalion.
Lloyd's company was not assigned to combat duty. However, during his stay in Rome, Lloyd faced combat for the first and only time.
The enemies come over, the Germans did. And one night, they helped themselves, and they cleaned up. They come over around about 6 o'clock at night. It got kind of dust dark at 6. And we didn't have nothing to keep them back. There wasn't no artillery there then. And they just come over and helped themselves. And they killed 6 of our men that night. Boy, the next morning with that, it just looked like somebody's been pruning them trees, them bullets, you know, from the machine gun from German. And I said you could see a guy's leg here and his arm over there somewhere and hanging up in the tree.
More than 1 million African Americans served the nation during World War II, including Lloyd and 3 of his brothers.
These are the Americans who did the job. They didn't think that America was perfect. They knew it wasn't. They didn't believe that prejudice doesn't exist, because it does. But they all agreed with Sergeant Joe Louis when he said, "There's nothing wrong with America that Hitler can face." And they proved on the battlefields of Europe that there's nothing wrong with America that Americans can't face.
All 4 of the McDaniel brothers came home safely from World War II.